While Punch and Julie are making out even in the submarine, Amanda Waller dispatches the Task Force X, consisting of Deadshot, Count Vertigo, and criminal couple Punch and Julie, to recover a flash drive containing leaked intelligence from Tobias Whale. Tobias intends to turn over the flash drive to earn some blackmail money, even from Amanda Waller, and she is furious right now. Task Force X arrives in a jet and make their landing on top of a secret traveling train in which Tobias Whale is traveling. They secretly enter the train after killing a guard, and later Vertigo and Deadshot goes from one end, while Punch and Julie take another route. The two teams breach the train compartments one by one after killing many guards. Finally, they reach the main compartment where Tobias is waiting, and they encounter his entourage who are ready to engage. Although they kill the guards off, Tobias is able to beat both Vertigo and Deadshot. Vertigo uses his powers and try to make Tobias kill himself, but he resists, only to gunned down by Punch from behind. The real twist comes when Vertigo reveals himself as a traitor and joined by Julie when she kills off Punch, who has been tricked by her all this while. But soon, Deadshot reveals Amanda has been listening to them all this while, and before Vertigo could say anything, she kills him off. Julie tries to beg for forgiveness, but Deadshot Mercy kills her before Amanda blew her head off. In the present-day Gotham City, Professor Pig is working on a patient who appears to be a mutant as well. His methods are creepy, and his work is questionable as he prepares to work on the patient's face without anesthesia. Just then, breaking through the doors, enters Scandal, Savage, and Knockout to get hold of the professor, as he is required for a special patient as soon as possible. It seems like Amanda Waller has discovered that she has a terminal illness. Deadshot receives his turned-down letters to his daughter, and Captain Boomerang jokes about them. They are soon visited by Amanda Waller, who takes them out along with Harley Quinn. She is recruiting a new team consisting of the young killer Frost, who has unleashed her power at her parents and killed them in one go and got imprisoned because of that. She recruits the Copperhead, who is well known for his lethal iron tail and poisonous acid spit from the mouth. Finally, she gets hold of the Bronze Tiger, who is an ex-CIA agent turned vigilante, fighting on his own agenda. Amanda Waller gets the team hooked onto the main system and initiates the new Task Force X. Amanda Waller gets them in the meeting room and explains them their mission. Their task is to find a man named Steel Maxum and retrieve a mystical black card emblazoned "Get Out of Hell Free." Bronze Tiger is unhappy to be under the leadership of Deadshot, but Waller threatens both of them of discipline. Outside, Waller offers them a caravan to travel in since she wants this mission to be off the grid, and Harley Quinn is really enjoying her time with the mission. The task force take turns driving the caravan, and Copperhead manages to scare a kid on the way as well. Meanwhile, Amanda Waller's scientist seems to be a traitor as he goes to Professor Zoom, Silver Banshee, and Blockbuster to exchange information about Amanda's latest project with the Task Force X for money from them. The task force arrives at a male strip club looking for Steel Maxum. Harley is once again overjoyed with all the partying, and Killer Frost has to cool her off a bit as well. They search for the wanted man but are unable to find him anywhere in the club. Backstage, Bronze Tiger and Copperhead get into a brawl over duty calls, and Copperhead backs down. The strip club announces the entrance of their special star, and it seems like he is the one guy they have all been looking for as they notice the tattoo on his back. The dancing stripper, Steel Maxum, notices someone else as he sees Banshee looking at him from a corner. He is then confronted by Blockbuster, and soon he is running all over the place trying to escape from them. Task Force X interferes, and they engage with the other gang. They get them under control, but Professor Zoom is just too much to handle with his supersonic speed. He dodges all of them and gets the upper hand, only to be hit by the incoming caravan driven by Harley Quinn. Now that's what I'm talking about. Well done, Harley girl. Bronze takes Maxum, and they all get into the caravan and speeds off after counterattacking Blockbuster and Banshee. Unfortunately, Professor Zoom is still on their tail, but something seems out of context. He is not able to generate the same speed as he is visibly injured. The team takes advantage of this and attacks him further, and finally, he tumbles down with Killer Frost's ice attacks. Later that night, out in the wilderness, the Task Force X makes a bonfire and gather around it to question Steel Maxum and his connection to all of this. What he tells next is quite unbelievable. It seems like after running for 10 kilometers on a mountain road, Nabu had appeared to him and offered him the powers of Dr. Fate. Thereafter, he has been battling the evil and the bad across the universe, and he has been living in Nabu's palace with everything he desires. One day, as he was going through all the wonderful stuff at the palace, he discovered this black card encrypted as "Get out of hell free." Soon after, at the local nightclub, he tried to pick up this hot red head girl and her manly girlfriend and brought them back to his palace. As he was getting intimate with the redhead, the girlfriend was trying to steal the card, and soon they attacked him and got away with just the black card. Obviously, Nabu kicked him out of the palace and his powers were taken back. Deadshot contacts Amanda Waller, and she confirms the information as true. They agree on a new deal to hunt the Scandal Savage and Knockout, as Amanda suspects the ancient Vandal Savage is the mastermind behind the heist. Vandal Savage is an ancient man with immortality and throughout history appearing as numerous tyrants. They decide to proceed with the hunt and dump Steel Maxum on the side of the road on their way to find Scandal Savage. Harley Quinn drives the caravan, and the others are thinking deep into reality. She questions about hell and heaven, and after everyone drops their own thoughts, Bronze Tiger just freaks them out, sharing his inner demons. Yikes. Meanwhile, Steel Maxum is arrested by a local police officer for trespassing without clothes. They are paid a surprise visit by Zoom, Blockbuster, and Banshee, as they have tracked down the task force on their own. Waller informs about a private apartment where Scandal and Knockout are hiding. And in the penthouse apartment, the redhead is having a bath in the jacuzzi, while the hothead is keeping guard to Professor Pig. Scandal awaits her girlfriend and shares a passionate kiss with her. The security guard at the apartment building is watching an erotic movie, and suddenly the glasses freeze and it starts snowing in the middle of the year. Killer Frost takes him down and the Task Force X enter the building. Copperhead enters through the air vents and the team crash in through the elevator to counter the two ladies and the pig. At the end, they manage to subdue the two and break into their safe and steal the black hell-free pass. But just then, an aircraft makes a landing and a special soldier under the command of Vandal Savage attacks them. The battle is extremely intense, and during the gunfire, Savage orders to kill off Knockout as well. No regards to his own daughter's feelings. Scandal witnesses her mortally wounded girlfriend and jumps on the soldiers herself. Somehow, Deadshot is able to threaten Vandal with the hell-free pass and escape with the team through the elevator, but it gets stuck. Soldiers start shooting the elevator, but Copperhead comes to the rescue as he manages to release it and take it on a free fall. Soon after, Killer Frost freezes the burning cables and brings the falling elevator to a standstill, so they escape without any harm at the end. Vandal takes off in his aircraft, and looking on maniacally is Scandal Savage, his daughter. Professor Zoom expresses his displeasure at the escaping Vandal and claims he cannot wait another decade to track him down. He gathers all his speed force and takes after his aircraft. Zoom jumps off a building and plants a tracker on Vandal's aircraft and lands on another rooftop. He starts bleeding from his face, and now we know why he needs the card so much. Amanda Waller is extremely angry with the results and blames the task force for letting Vandal Savage escape with the hell-free pass card. Deadshot takes off trying to blow off some steam and puts Harley in charge. Deadshot arrives at the Lacoma Academy at Utah and goes inside a dorm room through a window looking for his daughter. He doesn't find her there, but meets her roommate, who gives her location since she sneaks out at nights, just like her father. Deadshot takes off even before she could turn back, and he then arrives at a rundown old project scheme. The building is filled with homeless people and addicts, and while asking for his daughter from a street girl, he sees a teenage girl run off and disappear from a window. While trying to chase her down, Deadshot have to take down a couple of thugs, and surprisingly, Bronze Tiger had tracked him down and tried to subdue him. The two of them battle against each other, and it's mostly even Steven with their martial arts standards. Tiger reminisces about his past losses to reason out with the Deadshot, but he is just too stubborn. They end up falling down from the fire escape stairway after breaking the lot. Harley arrives in the caravan. Immediately, Waller puts Tiger in charge since Deadshot acts immature and impulsively. After being on the road for hours, Tigers orders them to take a break while stopping at a roadside restaurant. Deadshot stays inside the caravan while the others walk inside for a meal. Copperhead scares off an old man eating an ice cream, and that's just terrible, man. Killer Frost walks into the restroom to freshen up, and suddenly, she sees Silver Banshee staring at her from a pod. Frost attacks Banshee with her ice, but Banshee evades the attack and counters with her sound beams, which knocks her out. Blockbuster comes inside and they carry Killer Frost to their van. Deadshot receives a call from an unknown number. Scandal Savage reveals satellite coordinates of her father's secret location to take revenge as her lover, Knockout, is fighting for her life in the hospital. Fortunately, Deadshot sees Killer Frost being carried by Blockbuster and Banshee and takes in the pursuit of their vehicle as he informs the group who are all set to dine in the restaurant. He manages to catch up with the abductors and shoots from his arm gun. The caravan takes a massive hit when Banshee opens her sound beams and the vehicle just breaks down in the middle of the desert. While Deadshot is kicking the caravan furiously, the task force arrives in a hijacked school bus driven by Copperhead. They take to the chase once again. Killer Frost wakes up and she encounters her abductors, Zoom, Banshee, and Blockbuster. After her 2 failed attempts to bash out, Zoom tries to reason with her and it calms her down. Zoom offers her a deal and Killer Frost agrees to help, and in return, Zoom vibrates his hand and removes the tracker Amanda Waller installed in her head. Now that's impressive. They track her down to a remote location in the desert, and Waller confirms her location with the tracker. Tiger gives out orders, but Harley just screams and runs towards the door, barging inside. They divide and search the house, but cannot find anything. Just then, Copperhead finds the tracker attached to a bomb underneath the house, and it blows as soon as Waller activates Killer Frost's tracker to explode. The explosion sends the house into pieces, and Bronze Tiger is seriously injured from the blast. They take him in the bus, and Waller orders them to focus on the mission ahead, since the coordinates given to Deadshot Scandal appears to confirm Vandal's location. The team reaches a palace on the outskirts of a jungle heavily guarded with soldiers, and they take the guards out one by one. Reaching the main door, they are surprised when it opens automatically, and on the other end sits the lifeless body of Professor Pig, dead by gunshot. As soon as they reach the pig, the back doors swing open into a large hallway, and the group step in cautiously. Vandal Savage stands on the far end without any weapon, and he reveals a dark secret. As he is prone to death, he has surgically implanted the Get Out of Hell free card to his heart using Professor Pig. While the task force ponders over the dilemma, Banshee arrives, breaking the glass windows and taking down Vandal Savage with her piercing boom noise. Killer Frost then freezes her former teammates as she has switched alliances. Just like that, Zoom appears and asks Killer Frost to freeze Vandal Savage so he can reach in and get the card. Answering Deadshot, Zoom reveals what happened on another timeline, as he is dying from a gunshot wound to the head by the Batman, and in the last millisecond, he was able to freeze the Speed Force and buy him some time to get hold of the Get Out of Hell free card. Amazing enough, Zoom manages to get out the card from Vandal, and soon, Vandal Savage, the immortal conqueror, dies from a heart attack. Out of the blue, Banshee and Blockbuster both are killed by sudden frost attacks by the Killer Frost as she doesn't hesitate to freeze Zoom and get the card for herself. Killer Frost issues warning to Amanda Waller through Deadshot, and just as she was about to leave, Copperhead breaks free, and the duo engage in a deadly battle. Somehow Killer Frost manages to freeze Copperhead, but she is unable to get away when Waller blasts Copperhead along with Frost. As the others manage to free themselves, Captain Boomerang takes hold of the card after attacking Deadshot, and as he is leaving the palace, he encounters the Bronze Tiger walking in to meet the group. Tiger is suspicious of Captain, and just as they start to brawl up, Zoom arrives to attack Tiger and Captain at the same time. He takes down Boomerang with ease, but Bronze Tiger is full of heart and courage. After cutting him with a miniature knife 1,000 times, even Zoom has respect for his willpower. Zoom gets hold of the card after slicing the tiger's throat, but he encounters Deadshot as he was about to leave. Zoom starts boasting about his invulnerability, but the Bronze Tiger sends a knife flying through to cut his fingers, and Deadshot gets the card. Zoom is then shot by Deadshot, finishing off with one final blast to his forehead, sending him through the Speed Force to the dead. Deadshot talks to the dying bronze tiger and hands him the card to redeem himself from hell, since he has earned his respect. Deadshot is surprised even to see it actually work on him. Amanda Waller arrives, and Deadshot presents her with the useless card, but she believes him, and they part their ways after all the drama has unfolded. It all ends well as Deadshot goes to visit his daughter, and they reunite as father and daughter after a long time. Thank you for watching Second Look. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more awesome videos. Have a nice day.